Good morning to all the participants for joining this discussion. We'll be waiting a couple of minutes for other participants to join this meeting. Thank you. Greetings, esteemed participants. Welcome to our highly anticipated webinar titled How to Use Copilot Agents in CRM, SharePoint, and more. I am very delighted to extend a warm welcome to each of you on behalf of Inogic. My name is Pranav Purushan and I serve as the Business Development Manager here. And it's truly a pleasure to have you all join us today for this enlightening discussion. Before we begin our journey into the realm of innovation, I'd like to request all the participants to kindly ensure that their microphones are muted to minimize any potential disruptions during our session. If you have any questions or thoughts along the way, please do not hesitate to share them in the chat window. So we'll kick off by providing a detailed outline of today's agenda. We'll first start exploring the innovative AI solutions developed by Inogic's Professional Services Division. Following that, we will dive into the captivating live demonstration showcasing the effectiveness of these solutions in real-world scenarios. Finally, we'll open the floor for a Q&A session to address all your burning questions. But before we delve deeper into the main topic, kindly allow me to paint a vivid picture of Anogic's illustrious journey. We are based in the city of Mumbai, India, and today we stand as a beacon of innovation and excellence in the technology landscape. Our story began in the year 2006 under the visionary leadership of Ms. Ruhi Sheikh, a former 10 times Microsoft MVP. And since our inception, we have evolved into a formidable force, boasting a diverse team of over 200 professionals, including 100 plus seasoned consultants proficient in Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. Our portfolio, it encompasses over 200 clients and a staggering 1,000 completed projects spanning across 50 plus countries, with a steadfast focus on delivering tailored solutions across various industries such as IT, manufacturing, oil and gas, and finance. Our dedication to excellence is evident from our extensive repository of knowledge reflected in over 5 million bloggers. Now, let's shift our focus to the crux of today's discussion, how to use Copilot agents in CRM, SharePoint, and more. Without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to Ms. Poonam Pavle, who will guide us through the key points of today's discussion. Over to you, Poonam.
Thank you for the introduction, Pranav, and a warm welcome to everyone joining this session. Greetings. I'm Poonam Pavle, a Dynamic 365 software engineer at Inogic, where we specialize in customization and development for Power Platform and Dynamics 365. I'm joined by Sanket Palkar, our technical expert in AI, who will be assisting with any technical queries at the end of the session. So, today in this session, we are going to demonstrate to you how Copilot can be used in a layered approach to retrieve knowledge articles from various data sources like Dataverse, SharePoint, and generative AI and increase the productivity of your CRM using an example. Microsoft 365 Copilot is an AI powered assistant that helps users work more efficiently by leveraging both online information and the data they have permission to access. It acts as a smart chat tool, allowing users to ask questions in simple language and receive quick, relevant answers. In Dynamic 365, Copilot plays a crucial role in CRM operations by providing AI driven insights that help teams work faster and smarter. One of the biggest challenges businesses face is finding the right knowledge articles from large datasets, which often require manual searches and significant time. Copilot addresses these issues by instantly retrieving the most relevant information, eliminating the need for the lengthy searches. Let us see what are the business benefits and the key takeaways of Copilot. Microsoft 365 Copilot helps businesses work efficiently by simplifying the tasks and providing quick access to important information. It speeds up query resolution, allowing users to find answers instantly without long manual searches. This reduces the effort spent on knowledge retrieval and helps employees focus on more valuable work. By minimizing search time, Copilot boosts productivity and enables team to work smarter. It also enhances customer service by delivering fast and accurate responses, improving customer satisfaction and engagement. Employees can address customer needs more efficiently with instant access to the right information. So, in CRM systems like Dynamics 365, Copilot streamlines workflows by offering AI driven insights and real time recommendations. It automates tasks, simplifies the processes, and ensures users can easily find relevant data by reducing manual effort and providing smart AI support. Copilot helps businesses operate smoothly, improve the decision making, and create a more connected digital workspace. Let us see why dynamics knowledge retrieval with Copilot is useful. Imagine you're in a supportive representative for a company that sells lighting products. The workload can be overwhelming, and responding quickly with accurate answers is not always easy, right? This is where Dynamics 365 Copilot for Service helps. It smoothly fits into your daily tasks, giving real time guidance and making work easier to manage. Let us look at a real example. A customer contacts support for or a salesperson and asks, "Why is my smart light not connecting to Wi Fi?" In the usual manual process, the salesperson would first search the Dynamics 365 CRM for a solution. If they can't find an exact answer, they would try different keywords or ask a colleague, making the process slow and inconsistent. If the CRM doesn't help, they would then check SharePoint for more documents, which takes even longer. If no clear solution is found, they might guess an answer based on experience or escalate the issue manually to a senior technician, causing the delays. Now let us see how layered approach to knowledge retrieval with Copilot is useful. With Copilot assisted support, the salesperson simply enters the query into Copilot and it searches for a solution for the query in Dynamics 365 CRM. Copilot instantly searches CRM knowledge articles and retrieves a troubleshooting guide. If the CRM articles are not sufficient, Copilot automatically extends the search to SharePoint for additional documentation. If the issue remains unsolved, Copilot prompts the user to create a support case in Dynamics 365 for further escalation. So, again, manual support is slow and inconsistent, whereas with Copilot, responses are much faster, more accurate, and automated, improving customer satisfaction and support efficiency. In today's demo, we are going to consider such a use case and we'll try to solve the same case using a layered approach to retrieve knowledge articles from CRM, then SharePoint, and then generative AI in Copilot. So let's look into the demo and let's see how we can fulfill this requirement using Copilot. Allow me to share my screen and open the CRM. Let's go to the CRM. In CRM, I have created some knowledge articles which we'll be using in our Copilot for our scenarios. Also, I have uploaded some documents on the SharePoint which we'll be using in our Copilot. So let's go to the CRM. I have embedded our Copilot in case entity. For that, I have added one button on the case entity, that is the suggest article button present on the command bar. And on click of this button, I'm opening my Copilot. I have used Copilot HTML code for embedding it here. What is going to happen is, for the first time, it will ask us for the login. Simply click here on the login. It will redirect us to the next screen. Copy this code and just paste it over here. By going through this process, it will just allow us to log in into the CRM, which will allow us to access the data from Dataverse as well as from the SharePoint. So our scenario is finding the data using the layered approach. That is, whenever the user asks query in the Copilot, Copilot will first search in the Dataverse. If the relevant information is found in Dataverse, then it will just return the response. If Copilot doesn't find any relevant information, Then Copilot will extend its search and will go further in the SharePoint for finding the relevant information. If again the Copilot doesn't find any relevant information on the SharePoint as well, then it will just pass the user asked query to the generative AI to respond the user query using its own general knowledge. And it will ask the user if the returned response is useful or not. And it will also ask the user, do you want to create a case regarding the asked query or not? In case user clicks on the yes button, then automatically case will get created for the asked query. So let us just ask some questions to our Copilot. I have prepared some questions. Our first question is, why doesn't my chandelier work with my dimmer switch? So, regarding this issue, I have stored some documents, that is, some knowledge articles in the Dataverse. It will take some time. Basis our asked query, Copilot has returned a response with the issue explanation, possible causes, and the steps to fix the asked query. As we can see here in the reference, Copilot has added the knowledge article Dataverse table. So, for this query, Copilot has found the relevant information on the Dataverse. Let us now ask another question. My okay. The question is, my LED strip lights keeps falling off the wall. What should I do? Regarding this issue, I have stored some document on the SharePoint site. So this time, what the Copilot is going to do is it will go to the Dataverse. It will search if there is any relevant information regarding this topic or not. If not, then it will extend its search to the SharePoint for finding the relevant information. So here Copilot has again returned a response with the issue explanation, possible causes for the issue, and the steps to fix the issue. As we can see here, Copilot has responded with a SharePoint document from where it got the data to our asked query. Let us take another example and ask another question to the Copilot. Why is there no light when I switch my tripod floor lamp? So regarding this query or issue, I haven't stored any information on the Dataverse and not as well on the SharePoint side. So this time what Copilot is going to do is it will be responding with a generative AI answer. It will take some time. As we can see in this scenario, Copilot has gotten a response from the generative AI answers using its general knowledge. And in the response, again, it has written the issue explanation for the asked query, possible causes, and the steps to fix this issue. Also, as we can see here, one line got added in the at the end of the response, that is, AI generated content may be incorrect, meaning our Copilot has gotten a response from generative AI answers. At the end of the conversation, we are just adding one message for the user. If is this information helpful? If not, would you like to proceed with opening a case for the issue? If user clicks on the yes button, then automatically one case will be created for the user asked query, and its respective case number will also be written in the response. This will just help the user with the with the further follow up. If the user clicks on the no button, then the conversation will just get ended. Let us just click on yes button and see the actual case creation. As you can see, a case for the asked query got created with this case number. Let us check and refresh the case view. A case has gotten created successfully. I'm creating the case with the asked query title. There you go. Now let us check how exactly I have configured this Copilot in the Copilot Studio. Let us just dive into the Copilot Studio. Here is this one is a Copilot that I have used earlier. This time let us create a new agent. For that we will click on the new agent button here. We'll skip just to the configure. We will give a name to our Copilot as demo agent. We'll click on the create button. It will take some time to complete our setup for the agent. First, we will change a setting for the Copilot, and for that, we will click on the setting button here. As in our scenario, we are using generative AI. So, for that, we will just enable the generative AI. For that, I'm just going to the generative AI, enable this, and save the setting. After this, we will change the security of the Copilot. I want to change the authentication of the Copilot. So, in that case, select authentication here and select authenticate manually. So, for this, we have to pass the client ID and then the client secret key information over here. We can get this information from the Azure portal. And for that, we have to create an application using the Azure portal. As of now, I will use the existing credentials. This is the client ID. And here is the client secret. This is the scope that I'll just be pasting. We'll save this setting. Settings have been changed now. For a scenario, we want a database knowledge article table and the SharePoint site, right? So for that, we will add the knowledge article in our Copilot. For that, we'll just click on this add knowledge button. Here we will first add the knowledge article table from Dataverse. We can see here the list of table present in the Dataverse. We can select manually or we can search here. Click on next and then add. So we have added knowledge article table in our Copilot. Let us also add the SharePoint site in a similar way. For this, we'll select the SharePoint, browse files. This is the SharePoint site where I have uploaded the documents. Confirm the selection. Click on add. So now we have added the data sources for our Copilot in the Copilot. So let's go to the topics. These are the system generated provided topics. We can use these topics as per our need. Let us first change the conversation start message. save this topic. For our scenario, we will create a new topic. From here, add a topic from blank. We will pass the prompt for our custom topic to trigger. We will store the user asked query in one variable for the further use. And for that, we will simply select the variable management, set a variable value. We will create a new variable, change its name as user query, and scope of this variable will be topic limited only. Assign a value. As per our scenario, whenever user asks any query, Copilot will first find the relevant information in the database. So for that, we will add your generative answers in advanced. We will pass input as a user asked query. We will edit the data source. For this, I will enable this setting. As earlier, we have added 2 knowledge articles in our Copilot. So I will select the knowledge article data table that was here. I will turn off the setting as I don't want to use a AI general knowledge for the asked query response. I will select this, and as I want a very specific response from Copilot for the asked query, we will pass the prompt here. We will save the response of this answer in a new variable. We will rename this variable as data was answered. And again, the scope of this variable will be topic limited only. So as per our scenario, if the Copilot doesn't find any relevant information in the database, Dataverse, it will expand its search to the SharePoint. So for that, again, we'll add one condition here, as if the data was answered is blank, then go ahead and find information in the SharePoint. So for that, we will just select your generative answers. As an input, we will pass the user asked query and we will edit the data source. So as a similar way earlier, we will enable this setting. We will select the SharePoint site here. We will disable this setting as we don't want to use AI general knowledge for our response. And we will select this as we want very specific response for our asked query as hi. We will pass the prompt. We will save the response in a variable. We'll rename this variable as SharePoint answer. And again, the scope of this variable will be topic limited only. So further, if the Copilot doesn't find any related information in the SharePoint, then Copilot will pass the user asked query to the generative answer to find the response using its own general knowledge. And for that, we will add one condition here. To check if the SharePoint answer is blank, then pass query to the generative answers. And we will select generative answers here. We will pass ask query as an input. We will change data sources. So here, now we won't enable the setting as we want to get response from the AI using its own general knowledge. So we will keep this setting on this time and we will enable this. We will change this to high. Again, pass the prompt. And store the response of this in a variable. Let us rename this variable as AI answer. The scope of this variable again would be topic limited only. So after this, for the confirmation, we will ask a user if this information is useful or do you want to create a case regarding the same. For that, we will here ask a question. For that, we will add two options as yes or no. And for this, select the new option. Pass your yes and another option as no. We'll rename this variable name as open case. And again, the scope of this variable would be topic limited. So as per our scenario, if the user clicks on yes button, we'll trigger a Power Automate flow in the background to create a case for the asked query. And for that, we'll select on the plus button here, add action. To refresh the Power Automate list, we'll click on this. We'll refresh our Power Automate list. So this is the Power Automate flow I have created to create a case. We'll select this. As we have seen earlier, I'm creating a case using the asked query title. So for that purpose, we will pass the input as asked query variable and it will return a case number as an output. So we'll give back to that to the user, and for that we'll send a message. We'll pass the variable here. So at the end of the topic, we will send one message to the user and we will end our conversation here. For that, we'll go into the topic management, go to another topic, and we'll select the reset conversation here. So our topic creation is completed. We'll rename the topic as suggest KV. We'll save the topic. It will take some time to save the topic. Now we will publish our Copilot. It will take some time for the Copilot to get published. Let's test our Copilot by asking some questions. For the first time again, it will ask us for the login. Just copy the code and paste it here. Now we are logged into the CRM so we can access the data. Let us ask, why is my smart light not detecting my Wi-Fi network? As we can see in our activity map, our custom topic has been triggered and the Copilot has given us a response with issue explanation, possible causes for the issue, and steps to fix the issue. As we can see here in the reference, the knowledge article table data has been attached. Let us ask another question. Let me copy the question. My question is, my motion sensors aren't detecting movement properly. How do I fix this? Regarding this, I have already stored some information on the SharePoint site. As we can see here, Copilot didn't find any information regarding the same in the Dataverse. So we'll get a message stating the same. Copilot has returned a response with an issue explanation, possible causes, and the steps to fix this issue. As we can see here in the reference, Copilot has attached a SharePoint document from where it got the response for the asked query. We can embed this Copilot in our SharePoint size site as well. And for that, we can get the HTML code for the Copilot. For this, we'll go to the channels and select custom website. Copy the HTML code. Now, in this knowledge article SharePoint site, I want to embed a Copilot. For that, I will edit this site using this edit button. I want to add Copilot over here, and for that I will click on this plus button, add a new web part in the column and select embed. I will paste the copied HTML code here, add embed code. Click on republish. Now Copilot is added to our SharePoint site, and to test that we'll log in, copy the code, enter it, send it. Let us test our Copilot asking few questions. My question here is, why doesn't my chandelier work with my dimmer switch? I'll just send it. And regarding this, Copilot has responded with an issue explanation, possible causes, and the steps to fix this issue. As we can see here, Copilot has returned a response from the knowledge article from the Dataverse. Let us ask another question. That is, my motion sensors aren't detecting movements properly. How do I fix this? Regarding this issue, I have saved relevant information on the SharePoint site. Copilot will retrieve the information from there, and it has responded with the issue explanation, possible causes, and steps to fix this issue. As we can see here in the reference, Copilot displays the SharePoint document from where it has been retrieved the response. Yep, there you go. As we saw in this demo, the use case we wanted to explain to you, that is a layered approach with Copilot, helps find answers quickly and accurately by first checking the CRM, then SharePoint, and then generative AI before escalating unresolved issues. This actually saves search time, improves the responses, and enhances the customer support. If no solution is found, then Copilot asks user to create a case and automates case creation ensuring better tracking and follow ups, leading to smoother workflows and happier customers. I kindly request everyone to participate in our poll and provide the feedback on our today's webinar, as this will allow us to enhance and improve our future sessions. After the poll, we will have the Q&A sessions. Thank you everyone for joining this session. I hope this was I really hope this was an insightful session. Thank you.
Poll must be on your screen. Please give us a response. I hope you all are completed with the poll. Thank you everyone for your poll. I encourage all of you to engage in a Q&A sessions. Feel free to ask any questions you may have and we will address each query promptly. We have received one query. I will request Sanket to answer the query.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I just saw that during the demo, there were few questions. For example, for which customer the case will get created, because the customer is mandatory for the case creation. And I think one of the members also responded to it, which is yes, a customer is mandatory for case creation, which is correct. And the I think the actual question was how exactly like what customer did we set when we created that case. So in here we can have multiple approach for this. One is that we can like if the Copilot is set up in a way that multiple external users uses it, then we can have a follow-up question to ask for their contact like information, email, etc., which we can then use to create a customers and records in the CRM, and then use it as a customer for that case. The other approach can be that we use if the user that is using will if it will only be authenticated user, then we can get its information and set his email ID and like basically create customer using its information, and then use that customer to create the case. So because internally we redirect it to the Power Automate, so we can do that part. Are there any other questions? Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. Another question is regarding the licensing. Uh, yeah. How does the licensing work for this? I'm interested in extending Copilot, and Okay. So regarding licensing, I think in Microsoft documentation, it has provided that if you need accurate, I say if you need accurate expected behaviors from the Copilot, uh, it will need the uh, Dynamics 365 Copilot for sales license, uh, which that sales Copilot for sales license. Basically what it has it is based on Dynamics 365 Copilot license, and it has extra capabilities, like it also natively present in Outlook, etc. So you can make use of that as well. Okay, then uh, okay, we also have another question, that is the prompt was very specific for the question that might not work in real life scenario. How do you see the challenge of broader prompts and precise answers? So here uh, I would say that I think what we did is the third scenario. If you see there, let me just maybe show you the prompt for it. I would actually go into the Copilot. Uh, yeah, and show you the prompt for it. So yeah, the prompt we can edit it as we like see fit. Basically, depending on our queries, like for example, if there we can even create different topics depending on where what our business needs are. And if you see this last prompt, which is this one, okay, which is like when we ask the query exactly to AI. Okay, then if you see its prompt, you can see that we have just said that you are an trouble sorry, yeah, that basically we have taken an example business as a lightning related issues. Okay, and then you can just give a it's not exactly specific, but related to what we have as a services, that part you can give as a prompt, and then we just mentioned that in what format we want the response to be, and that's all. So I think you can maybe play like change prompt a bit, and see that the Copilot will follow that rules and will give you a response in uh, that approach. Okay. Uh, just a minute. Let me see. I think there is another one. If internal case creation in the company is selected by the case creator, if a client company is submitting a case via their own CRM bot, it will be auto-generated. Yeah, that's what I said, that this creation of case can be done in a multiple ways. That all depends on how you see this Copilot, where it is like uh, we have added it, like if it's into the CRM itself. So and who is using it? Okay, so depending on that, the scenario always changes. Like if an authenticated user is using it, we can always pull that user's information and create case for him. If in our scenario, uh, if some like some person uses it where we don't want exactly the authenticated like users information to create the case, but we want that case to be created in respect to some different company or person like child company, etc. We can further, yeah, we can further expand our copilot, which will ask the next question. Like the last question of ours was uh, to ask if the user is satisfied with the responses, but we can further enhance it to ask if he is not satisfied, and then if the case is to be created, we can further enhance it to receive the customer's information, and then create customer based on that information, and then create case with regards to that customer. Okay, so here. Okay, the agent you built was for the internal team. Okay, and that is authenticated user. How can we use the same for the customers to chat with their queries to get response based on our knowledge base articles? So to get it to respond to customers from, I think, external users. Also explain on the licensing part as well if we are extending to customers. Okay. So yeah, so like we just showed you that part where uh, yeah, where we configured the Copilot to use at let me just show you. Yeah. So where we showed you the part where we can configure the Copilot uh, into SharePoint. So all of these, as maybe you already may be aware of, that all of these channels can be used for the same. Okay, and here uh, here in custom website you will get this iframe. You can use it anywhere, like even your uh, maybe say portal, etc., wherever the your customers, maybe external customers may be using it, and using this code you can add it to the external websites or anywhere that you see fit. Okay, now based on who is accessing the Copilot, depending on that, you need to go to setting and authenticate it so that when it authenticates, it will respond to the queries correctly. Okay, so there are different authentication models, like authenticate with Microsoft, authenticate manually, etc. All of these will need to be configured correctly for it to respond to the external users. So I think these are the questions for now. I think, yeah, I will just give control over to the Poonam so that she can, uh, yeah, she can complete her part.
Hope this helps and answer your questions. I think we don't have any more questions, so I will request Pranav to take over the session.
Thank you, Poonam, for sharing your knowledge with us, and Sanket for answering those questions for us. It was very insightful, and I'm sure all our participants now have a better idea about Copilot, Dynamics CRM, and SharePoint. That said, we extend our sincere gratitude to all the participants for their presence in this discussion. It's been a wonderful journey to have you join us for this enlightening session organized by Inogic. We urge you all to give Copilot and generative AI a try. By incorporating these tools into your workflow, you'll experience firsthand how they revolutionize the way work gets done. And remember, Inogic is here to support you at every stage of your journey. Now, kindly allow me to explain few of our services to you. Our team of experts collaborates closely with businesses to tailor dynamic CRM systems to their specific requirements. We ensure a seamless integration that addresses the unique needs of each client. We also harness the power of AI tools like Azure OpenAI and Copilot. We create innovative solutions to enhance business operations, from optimizing processes to generating insights. Our AI solutions drive efficiency and productivity. Thank you once again, all, for participating in today's webinar. If you have any questions or need assistance, please do not hesitate to contact us at crm@inogic.com. Let me repeat that for you, crm@inogic.com. Thank you all. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again soon.